This Central Idaho Broadcasting sports presentation of Orofino High School baseball. Orofino defends their Idaho State 3A baseball championship with each and every game that the boys set foot on the field, and today will be another test of this seasoned team. The ultimate goal is to hang another banner in Maniac Gym, and it starts with today's matchup. Sit back and get ready to enjoy today's matchup filled with double plays and Maniac dingers. You're listening to Maniac Baseball on AM 13 KLER and streamed live on YouTube KLER 1300 AM. Now we go to the diamond for all the exciting action.
And good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the ballpark here at Orofino for today's Central Idaho League District 1-2 matchup. The Orofino Maniacs entertain the Grangeville Bulldogs. I'm Jeff Jones, and welcome to the Real Estaters pregame show. We are set for what is bound to be a fantastic baseball game. The Grangeville Bulldogs, who, after getting a very slow start at the beginning of the season, have reeled off 6 consecutive wins. The Orofino Maniacs suffered a couple of bumps and bruises along the way in the very beginning. However, they are on a 7-game win streak. The Maniacs come into this contest 11-3. The Grangeville Bulldogs 9-5. You look at the league records between these two clubs, and the Grangeville Bulldogs are 4-0. The Maniacs are 3-0. They were on their way to their 4th victory when they had a suspended game about 2 weeks ago up at Priest River. Orofino leading Priest River 5-1 in the 2nd inning. They have tentatively rescheduled the conclusion of that game to take place when Orofino travels up to Kellogg later in this month. Both teams are out on the field right now. The Grangeville Bulldogs are wearing their traveling white uniforms, light blue numbers front and back with Bulldogs across the chest. The Maniacs are wearing their home black uniforms, blue numbers front and back, Maniacs across the chest. As this is a single contest between these two. They were to play a doubleheader just a couple of weeks ago, as a matter of fact. Orofino was scheduled to go to Grangeville on April 8th, so just a week ago. They were to play a doubleheader, but that was a rain out. That was a Monday game. So then they thought, well, maybe we can get this game in on Tuesday. We'll move it to Clearwater Valley. But then the rains continued to come down, and then Clearwater Valley's field got to the point where it could no longer be played upon. So now they have set the 23rd at Grangeville as the date that they're going to try and play that doubleheader. If Grangeville's field is not playable, which even though it's the latter part of April, it's very possible that their field will not be playable with the amount of rain and snow that the Camas Prairie gets in the month of April, they may move that doubleheader here to Orofino. So keep that in mind and continue to listen. We'll let you know when that doubleheader between Orofino and Grangeville will be scheduled. Right now, it is scheduled for April 23rd. If you have a schedule at home and you see Timber Lake on that schedule, that was scrapped so they could get the Grangeville game in. And again, the other league contest that is currently suspended is Orofino versus Priest River. That is scheduled for April 26th. It is in the 2nd inning of play with Orofino leading Priest River 5-1. So Orofino wants to make sure they get all of their league games in, and they will scrap the games that they had against Clarkston and Timberlake in order to get those contests in. The Bulldogs out in right field taking long toss. The Maniacs over in left taking fungo hits from their assistant coaching staff right now. We're going to take our first break as you continue to listen in here on the Real Estaters pregame show. I'm Jeff Jones. We encourage you to stay with us because when we come back, it'll be Riverside Physical Therapy schedules and scores right after this.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the beautiful Clearwater Valley? The Real Estaters on Michigan Avenue, Orofino are here to help. Whether you dream of a spacious country home or a charming place in town, our expert agents are ready to guide you every step of the way. Call today for an instant, accurate home evaluation, and let's make your real estate goals a reality. The Real Estaters Orofino, your trusted partner in buying and selling homes. Backing the Maniacs throughout the year.
Make this the year you complete those outdoor projects you've been putting off with a visit to Best Built Builder Supply. Hi, this is Harold, and that long-awaited new decking and door for your home is available today and at a great price. Save 10% off Fiberon railing when you purchase $2,000 or more in Fiberon decking. A great combination. The trusted name of Therma-Tru fiberglass entry doors are now 20% off. Your first choice and your best choice in Orofino is Best Built Builders Supply.
Life moves fast, and we get it. You're busy. P1FCU's digital banking can change how you manage your money. Whether you're chatting with a representative after hours, depositing a check from your phone, or meeting with us face-to-face. Wherever life takes you, we've got you covered. It's your money. Access it anytime, anywhere. Open your account at p1fcu.org. P1FCU, your community, your credit union. Insured by NCUA.
If you can count yourself as one of the hundreds of folks across the Clearwater who wakes up in the morning with a stiff and aching back, your answer is Riverside Physical Therapy. While everyone is unique in their issues, the therapists at Riverside PT work hard to deliver the care you need to feel better after the very first visit. A satisfied patient is the simple goal of all the staff. Let us assess your healthcare needs and develop a recovery plan to fit you. Call for an appointment today, 476-7105, Riverside Physical Therapy, Highway 12 West, Orofino.
And it gets time for the Riverside Physical Therapy schedules and scores. On Highway 12 Orofino, Allison and her crew are there when you need them with help with an aching back, neck, or shoulder, recovery from surgery, and strengthening muscles you've not used in a while. See Riverside Physical Therapy. All right, we start with action from yesterday in 2A baseball. Troy at home beat previously undefeated Kendrick 4-2. Genesee was a winner in non-league action against Colton 21-6. In high school softball, Genesee pasted Kendrick 17-1 from the Bulldogs field. Today's schedule looks like this. Of course, we have this Central Idaho League 3A matchup between Orofino and Grangeville here on this diamond. 2A play has Potlatch on the road to face off with Troy. Genesee plays at Kendrick, and Moscow is at home to entertain Lakeland in a 4A matchup. Softball action, Orofino, the Lady Maniacs, are over at the elementary school ball fields. They are entertaining the Grangeville Bulldogs. High school track and field, Orofino boys and girls are in Cottonwood right now for the Prairie Meet. Major League Baseball tonight, Seattle is at Cincinnati. Our next Mariner game on KLER will be tomorrow when the same two teams tangle at 2:30. We hope that you'll listen in. And that is Schedules and Scores brought to you by Riverside Physical Therapy. Don't go away, as we'll return in a moment with more of our Orofino versus Grangeville pregame as the Real Estaters pregame show continues in just one moment.
Today you have numerous options when selecting your IRA, and deciding which account is right for you is one of the most important decisions you will make for your financial future. Hi, this is Terry Bowling with Camus Financial Services. Give me a call to find out which IRA fits your financial needs or to update your current IRA savings strategy. You can reach me, Terry Bowling, at 476-7100 or stop by my office at 230 Johnson Avenue in Orofino to set up a free, no-obligation appointment today. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Hi, this is Terry Bowling with Camus Financial Services. I am available to help you select the right investment options when you are faced with early retirement, changing or losing a job, or any other lifestyle changes that warrant a review of your financial plan. You can reach me, Terry Bowling, at 476-7100 or stop by my office at 230 Johnson Avenue, Orofino, to set up a free, no-obligation appointment today. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
The morning paper arrives and you just can't extend your arms far enough to focus on the print. Does this seem like a typical day for you? Help is just an appointment away with Family Eye Care in Orofino and Cami Eye. Dr. Rick Lundgren is the Valley's trusted optometrist when it comes to your eyesight. Family Eye Care's highly trained staff will make sure your family has the finest in air care and eyewear. Call for an appointment and let Dr. Rick Lundgren, perform a complete eye examination with the latest technology available. Single lens, bifocal, or progressive eyeglasses. Accentuate your personal style with statement-making glasses, contact lenses, sunglasses, and designer frames. Family Eye Care on Michigan Avenue, Orofino, and on Highway 12 West in Kamei is your stop for name brand frames, optics, and people who really care about your eyesight. Family Eye Care, where most insurance coverage is accepted, along with major credit cards. We put your family first at Family Eye Care.
Looking for the perfect place to stay in Orofino? Welcome to Conkleville Motel on Michigan Avenue. You'll find spotless rooms, a complimentary breakfast, and ample parking for your boats or trailers. Take a relaxing soak in our steaming hot tub while enjoying views of the surrounding hills and Orofino Creek Canyon. For you fishermen, our indoor heated fish cleaning station is ready after reeling in your giant catch. Call 208-476-5584 or book online at ConkleVilleMotel.com. Conkleville Motel, where comfort meets the great outdoors.
You've decided that those aching muscles, sore joints, and overall ill feeling has finally got to stop. Make today the day you start by visiting Peak Physical Therapy on Michigan Avenue, Orofino. Ask about visiting with one of our many qualified physical therapists about your issues and get onto the path of well-being. The goal of PT is to determine the root cause of your symptoms and move you forward to what you love. Peak Physical Therapy. Visit today and get healthy tomorrow.
And we welcome you back once again. Hi, everybody. I'm Jeff Jones. We're here at the ballpark at Orofino as we get set for today's matchup between the Orofino Maniacs and the Grangeville Bulldogs. This is the first time that these two teams have met since the state title game last year, as a matter of fact. And so we can tell you that coaches are down at home plate right now with our officials. Lee Nadiger for the Grangeville Bulldogs. He has his team at 9-5, and Scotty Tonnevold for the Orofino Maniacs. They are 11-3. We've just now been given starting lineups, so we are quickly writing those into the book. We can let you know, we can talk a little bit about last year when these two teams met up. Orofino met Grangeville 3 times during the regular season. Orofino coming away with 12-9, 10-4, and 11-6 victories during the regular season. The next time that the two teams would meet would be in the title game of the 2A Idaho State Baseball Championships. Orofino won that 8-4 to win the state title. So the Maniacs enjoy a long line of victories over the Maniacs, but of course, Orofino had some great sticks last year. They batted the ball everywhere. It's a different team. And then, of course, Grangeville lost their ace pitcher. And so everything changes from year to year. And so you never know what can happen. But right now, both of these teams undefeated in league play. Orofino at 3-0, Grangeville at 4-0. All right, we're going to take another break. It's the Real Estaters pregame show. We will come back with more after this.
Walk the prairie and beyond with Clearwater Valley and St. Mary's Health. Perfect for all ages and fitness levels. These family-friendly walks are offered weekly across the valley and prairie through May to explore the community and connect with others. Exciting prizes and engaging speakers will enhance your experience. Best of all, participation is free. Step outside, breathe in the fresh air, and enjoy the journey. Contact Rose at Clearwater Valley Health or Leah at St. Mary's Health for details. Together, let's walk into a healthier, happier future.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the beautiful Clearwater Valley? The Real Estaters on Michigan Avenue, Orofino are here to help. Whether you dream of a spacious country home or a charming place in town, our expert agents are ready to guide you every step of the way. Call today for an instant, accurate home evaluation, and let's make your real estate goals a reality. The Real Estaters Orofino, your trusted partner in buying and selling homes. Backing the Maniacs throughout the year.
O-Town Mugs and Grubs, your home for Maniac pride. O-Town Mugs and Grubs is your go-to spot for great food and game day excitement. Every Monday, wear your Maniac gear and score 20% off your meal. Catch the Maniacs on the big screen and bring the whole family. Everyone's welcome. Enjoy our fresh 25-item salad bar, a menu full of delicious favorites, including mouth-watering bone-in or boneless wings. Support your team, enjoy great food, and celebrate Maniac Pride at O-Town Mugs and Grubs.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. Our Go the Extra Mile service means more hustle, less hassle. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included with every tire we sell. We're talking more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's why you get more from less. Book an appointment at leschwab.com.
Basketball or wrestling, baseball or softball, whatever the season, Watson's Market hopes you'll get out and see a game today and support our area kids. Hi, it's Kim from Watson's Market. For the small price of admission to the high school sports venues, you can watch some of the most successful athletes compete against the best our state has to offer. Come out and root on our incredible kids. Watson's Market hopes you'll support our community's best resource, our kids. From Watson's Market, get out there and see a game today.
If you still haven't filed this tax season, your neighborhood H&R Block is open and available. Located at 10640 Highway 12 Orofino, see Donna and her staff. Put our 70 years of tax prep expertise to work for you and get those taxes squared away at H&R Block today. Ready or not, it's tax season. Drop by H&R Block or call for an appointment, 208-476-5454. That's 208-476-5454 for H&R Block.
Well, we welcome you back once again. I'm Jeff Jones. We're at the ballpark here at Orofino, where the teams now head back to the Orofino out on the field, as getting set to take his warm-up tosses will be Maniac ace Aiden Olive. We'll run down the starting lineups. First off, for the Grangeville Bulldogs, they will lead off with Thane Williams, today's second baseman. J.T. Jackson hits second. He's the second baseman. David Gokoa, the ace, will hit third. He is on the mound today. Tayden Wasmith is at shortstop in the cleanup spot. Traven Sickles, the third baseman, will hit fifth. Sixth in the order for the Bulldogs is Talon Brown, the first baseman. And then the bottom third is Cooper Poxleitner, the center fielder, followed by left fielder Will Told, and then right fielder Troy Long. Again, for the Bulldogs, it is Williams, Jackson, Goikoa, Wasmith, Sickles, Brown, Poxleitner, Told, and Long. Out on the hill taking his warm-up tosses, we just saw him this past weekend, Aiden Olive. His battery mate is Mary behind the plate. Gilmer is at first, Barlow at second. Quentin over at third base. What a great glove there. Jagger Tonneval at shortstop. Hunter Gamble gets the start in left field. Nick Bonner in center, and then Tyler Zumpe is in right. We will go over the Maniac lineup when we go to the bottom of the first inning. And here's the throw down to second base. Again, Mary getting the start behind the dish for Orofino, as he got a start there the other day as well. Performed very admirably, and so coach expecting a lot from him, as this is only his third start behind the plate. Gamble, who normally is the starting catcher, is out in left field. Thane Williams, a right-handed hitter, stands at the plate. Here's the first pitch outside. Ball one. We are underway. That's the game's first pitch, brought to you by H&R Block. Get more from your tax return this year when you visit H&R Block on Highway 12. Donna Glifford and her staff can help you to file this year's taxes. That's H&R Block. Next pitch misses as well. Ball two to Thane. Aiden working from the windup, and the right-hander comes with a fastball, just a touch low. That's right down the heart of the plate. Again, Aiden doesn't want to give anything fat to the young man standing at home plate, the leadoff hitter for the Bulldogs. High, ball four. So a four-pitch walk issued to the leadoff hitter, Williams, the first base on balls. Aiden gives up here to start the game out. So Grangeville with one aboard, and J.T. Jackson now will come to the plate. I can only imagine there's a certain amount of nerves on both sides of this ball game. Jackson hitting from the right side, big right-hander, steps in there, takes a fastball inside for a ball. Again, Orofino defeated Grangeville 8-4 in the state title game last year. Games that were played in Pocatello, Idaho. Short lead off the sack by Williams over at first. And the 1-0 pitch is inside. Here's the throw down to second. And the ball is underneath the glove of the shortstop, Tonnevold, backed up by the second baseman, Barlow, however. And Thane Williams has a stolen base. The pitch to Jackson missed for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Bulldogs with a base runner in scoring position here. We're in the top of the first inning. 1300 KLER Orofino. It's where you can always catch Maniac baseball all throughout the season. From the stretch, Olive comes to the plate. There is a pitch taken for a strike. 2-1. The big right-hander steps in with that right foot, measures the outside half of the plate. And Olive set below the belt with a quick check of the runner. Here's the 2-1 delivery from Aiden. Outside, ball 3. Right now, Aiden happy to just pepper fastballs up there. Try to get these first 2 batters fishing. Williams reached on a 4-pitch walk. It's 3-1 now to Jackson. He'll swing at this one, a ground ball to the shortstop, and it's booted by Tonnevold, and so everybody will be safe. Jackson is going to reach on the error by shortstop Tonnevold, and it's just unfortunately the ball took a short hop as Jagger was in on the grass, and it took a short hop into his chest, and so everybody is safe. 2 aboard now for Grangeville. That's going to bring up David Goikoa. He is today's starting pitcher for the Bulldogs. Pretty sure the young man is a senior on this club. Working from the stretch, Olive comes to the plate with the first pitch, a curveball above the hands for a ball. Right now, this strike zone through 2 batters, and now the third, very, very small. Sign flashed in there from Mary behind the dish, and the 1-0 pitch. There's a fastball right down the heart of the plate. Again, it must have been below the knees for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on the third hitter up there for the Bulldogs, Goikoa. Runners set at the corners, take very short leads, and a fastball taken for a strike, and the count 2-1. Again, this is a single game here, and over at the elementary school ball fields, you'll be able to catch the Lady Maniacs taking on the Lady Bulldogs in a CIL matchup. The 2-1 on the way to David. Oh, swings and a pitch that's going to be fouled back here. Tell you what, David just gets underneath a curveball, had a lot of spin on it, got underneath it and fouled it straight back. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Goikoa. At third is Williams. He makes his way down the line. Jackson at first. Short lead being held on by the Maniacs Gilmore. And now here's the 2-2. Instead, it's a move over to first base. Aiden ready once again as he studies the signs. He has the one that he wants, and now here's the 2-2, low and outside, dug out nicely by Mary as it kicks up just a little dirt on the outside half of the dish for ball 3. Tayden Wasmith, the cleanup hitter, is on deck. Aiden, one more time. Set and comes to the plate. Pitch is swung on. A ground ball knocked down partially by the shortstop Tonnevold, but it makes its way out into left field. A hard hit ball. That's a RBI single by Goikoa as he scores. Williams from third base, and Grangeville has an early 1-0 lead on the play. Jackson goes from first to second. So 1 across here for Grangeville. Nobody gone here in the top of the first inning. Here's the cleanup hitter, Taden Wasmuth. Another right-hander. Aiden, set, checks the runner at second. He'll come to the plate, pitch is swung on and fouled back. 0-1. Traven Sickles on deck. Tellum Brown in the hole for the Bulldogs. Aiden gets the baseball back that went hard off of the concrete barrier behind home plate. He looks at it and he says, that's something I'm not really interested in having. So he chucks it in and says, I'd like to have a new baseball. Please, sir. He is granted one by our home plate umpire. Runners away from first and second, not being held on in the 0-1. On the way now, outside with the slider for a ball, 1 strike. Right now, Aiden's pitch away from the right-handed hitters, just not getting enough of the plate. 1-1. Olive with another check of the runner at second. Swung through, strike 2. Tatum thought that pitch looked fat and sassy. He wanted to send that one over the left field fence. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Tatum. Aiden ready to go to work after a quick check of the runner. And a changeup called, 3rd strike, rung him up. Wasmuth just dropped his shoulders because he was completely fooled on that Aiden Olive change. Nice pitch for Aiden to spot in there and get Wasmuth looking at strike 3. So there's 1 gone for the Bulldogs now. That'll give Aiden a little relaxation, maybe. He again gets a baseball he doesn't like, tosses it in. He's given a new one. This is Sickles, the 3rd baseman, hitting 5th in the order for the Bulldogs. Pitch is swung on, chopped foul up the 3rd baseline for strike 1. So runners will reset. Jackson is at second. Goikoa, who had the RBI single, is over at first. There's 1 across and 1 gone here in the Grangeville half of the first inning of play. And the 0-2 swung on and fouled back. Now the count is 0-2 on Traven. Just a light breeze blowing here at the ballpark at Orofino High School. Perfect day to come out and watch baseball. We encourage you to do so. Olive is set, and the 0-2 pitch swung on. It's going to be popped foul back here into the crowd, and the count will remain 0-2. After today, the Maniacs have Marsing here at home on Friday and Saturday. 1 game on Friday night at 6, a doubleheader Saturday beginning at 10. Marsing gave Orofino one of its 2 losses on the season last year. Here's the 0-2 inside. It gets over the glove of Mary, and so base runners will take advantage. Jackson heads down to 3rd, and Goikoa is at 2nd, and that'll be scored as a wild pitch for those of you who are keeping a book at home. Aiden came with a pitch that his release point was just way too early. And so now 2 base runners in scoring position again, just 1 gone. Here is the 1-2. Swung on, it's going to be hit high in the air to the center fielder, Nick Bonner, charging in on it, makes the catch, tagging at 3rd. Here comes the throw to the plate on a hop. Tags applied, and out at home is J.T. Jackson. What an excellent throw by Bonner in center field for the double play, the fly ball out off of the bat of Sickles, and then scored as an 8-2 put out as J.T. Jackson is gunned down at home for the 3rd out. 1 run on a hit, 1 base runner left out there. The Maniac half of the first when we return right after this.
Looking for the perfect place to stay in Orofino? Welcome to Conkleville Motel on Michigan Avenue. You'll find spotless rooms, a complimentary breakfast, and ample parking for your boats or trailers. Take a relaxing soak in our steaming hot tub while enjoying views of the surrounding hills and Orofino Creek Canyon. For you fishermen, our indoor heated fish cleaning station is ready after reeling in your giant catch. Call 208-476-5584 or book online at ConklevilleMotel.com. Conkleville Motel, where comfort meets the great outdoors.
You've decided that those aching muscles, sore joints, and overall ill feeling has finally got to stop. Make today the day you start by visiting Peak Physical Therapy on Michigan Avenue, Orofino. Ask about visiting with one of our many qualified physical therapists about your issues and get onto the path of well-being. The goal of PT is to determine the root cause of your symptoms and move you forward to what you love. Peak Physical Therapy. Visit today and get healthy tomorrow.
We welcome you back. I'm Jeff Jones. Thank you for listening into Maniac Baseball here on 1300 KLER Orofino. As we take a look now at the Orofino Maniac lineup, as it'll be Blake Barlow to lead things off for Orofino. As we continue to write lineups down, Blake will lead it off. He is followed by Jagger Tonneval, the shortstop. Quentin Naranjo is the Maniac third baseman, hitting in the third spot. Aiden Olive out on the hill today for Orofino. He'll hit in the cleanup spot. Ethan Gilmore is the first baseman, hitting fifth. He's followed by Nick Bonner. And then in the seventh hole is Reese Mary, followed by Tyler Zumpy, and then Hunter Gamble. So again, for the Maniacs, it's Barlow, Tonneval, Naranjo, Olive, Gilmore, Bonner, Mary, Zumpy, and Gamble. Here's the first pitch. It's taken low for a ball. David Goicoa out on the hill. Thane Williams, his catcher. Talon Brown at first. J.T. Jackson at second. Traven Sickles at third. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That is right down the heart of the plate for a called strike. Tayden Wasmuth is at short. Will Told in left. Cooper Poxleitner in center, and then Troy Long in right. The 1-1 on the way outside for ball two. 2 balls and a strike to Blake. 1-0 in case you've just joined us. The game you're listening to brought to you by our good friends at the Real Estaters. The 2-1 on the way, swung on a chopper up the left side on the second hop. It's barehanded by Sickles over at third base, and the throw is wide of first base. Rounding first on his way to second. Here comes the throw to second, sliding in safely as the ball heads out into left field is Blake Barlow. So Blake reaches on a throwing error by the third baseman, Traven Sickles. And he goes to second on the throw. So the Maniacs have the tying run in scoring position here already in the bottom of the first inning. Jagger Tonneval hits from the left side, shift in the outfield for the lefty standing at home plate. From the stretch, Goicoa comes with the first pitch. It's a fastball low, ball 1. Well, the Maniacs catch a break on a hard chopping ball off of Barlow's bat up the third base line that Sickles barehanded and sidearmed to throw that was wide of his first baseman, Brown. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, and this one is fouled back into the glove of Williams. 1 ball, 1 strike. Good-sized crowd on hand here to watch today's matchup between the Maniacs and the Bulldogs. Always a quality game in town. 1 ball, 1 strike with number 1 standing at the plate. The pitch is low. It scoots away from Williams. Here's the throw to third, and safe at third base is Blake Barlow. So Blake is going to have a stolen base. He puts himself in scoring position. The ball got away from Williams, not more than 3, maybe 4 feet, however. He makes a nice throw down to third, just not in time. Tonneval's going to hit one hard out into center field, and it'll a diving catch, and it's not good. And scoring from third base is Blake Barlow. Jagger Tonneval is going to get his RBI single as Poxleitner laid himself out to try and make the catch, and I don't think it made its way into the glove. He might have been able to put the glove on top of it, but still yet it squirted away. So Jaeger ties this game up and gives the Maniacs a 1-all tie here with Grangeville. Now Naranjo. Pitch on the way to Quentin, high for a ball. Again, anytime you put these two teams on any kind of playing field, whether it's baseball, football, basketball, I don't care if it's tiddlywinks, they're going to go at one another. The 1-0 on the way. Fastball, strike at the knees to Quentin. Quentin takes a look at the signs from Tonnevold up that third base line, some for the hitter, some for the base runner, as Tonnevold, his son, takes a lead over at first, being held on there by Brown. Pitch is swung on, a hard hit ball. This one is to the shortstop. Throw to second for one. The relay to first is out of the glove of Brown. And so Quentin will reach on a fielder's choice. However, Jaeger goes down 6-4, the first out for the Maniacs here in the bottom of the first inning. Sharply hit. Tayden Wasmuth played the ball well at shortstop, just underhands a throw to Jackson at second base to get the force on Tonnevold. So Naranjo at first for cleanup hitter Aiden Olive. Fastball misses away. Williams looks down to first base and says, there's no sense in me throwing anything down there, and possibly launching the ball out into center field or right field. Naranjo with the lead. Here's the 1-0. That one is a strike taken at the hands. 1 ball and 1 strike to Aiden. Gilmore on deck. Working from the stretch, Goicoa looks over his left shoulder, set at the belt. Now he'll throw over to first. Back in on his hands is Quentin. Quentin has got some of the best legs on this team. He's got a great first step. 1 ball, 1 strike to Aiden. And the pitch on the way to him. Swung through for strike 2. 1-2 now. One gone here in the Maniac half the first. They have been able to tie it up at 1 apiece. A ball and 2 strikes to Aiden. Goicoa comes to the plate. Oh, a nice slider for a called third strike, and Aiden will sit down looking at a nasty looking curveball. That's the first strikeout for starting pitcher David Goicoa. So there are 2 away now for Orofino. That's going to bring up Maniac first baseman Ethan Gilmore. David ready to go to work out on the hill, and here's his first pitch way outside. Here's the throw down to first, and back easily standing up is Quentin. 1-0. Designed play for Thane to reach out to his right and make the throw down to Brown, covering the bag at first. But again, Quentin not that far off the sack. Here's the 1-0 now on the way to Ethan. Swung on, a chopper over the right side of the infield. 2 hops, handled easily, and the toss over to Brown is good, and that'll do it here in the Maniac first. 1 run on a hit, an error, 1 left out there. An exact mirror of what Grangeville did in the top of the order. We are tied up at 1 apiece. Don't go away. We'll come back with the second inning right after this.
Walk the prairie and beyond with Clearwater Valley and St. Mary's Health. Perfect for all ages and fitness levels. These family-friendly walks are offered weekly across the valley and prairie through May to explore the community and connect with others. Exciting prizes and engaging speakers will enhance your experience. Best of all, participation is free. Step outside, breathe in the fresh air, and enjoy the journey. Contact Rose at Clearwater Valley Health or Leah at St. Mary's Health for details. Together, let's walk into a healthier, happier future.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the beautiful Clearwater Valley? The Real Estaters on Michigan Avenue Orofino are here to help. Whether you dream of a spacious country home or a charming place in town, our expert agents are ready to guide you every step of the way. Call today for an instant, accurate home evaluation, and let's make your real estate goals a reality. The Real Estaters Orofino, your trusted partner in buying and selling homes. Backing the Maniacs throughout the year.
Bring home the win, Orofino. Sponsoring today's OHS broadcast, your friends at Peak Physical Therapy and Best Built Builder Supply. Hi, everyone. I'm Jeff Jones. Thanks for listening in. Right now, we're through an inning of play. Maniacs and Bulldogs all knotted up at a run apiece. And for the Bulldogs, Brown, Poxleitner, and Told coming to the plate. Aiden Olive is back out on the hill as the senior right-hander fires the first pitch, missing just a touch outside for a ball. Tallum, a big boy standing at home plate. The right-hander bounces that bat off of his shoulder and takes a pitch above the hands for ball 2. Right now, Aiden is a little high, a little low, a little inside, a little outside. He is working all parts of that plate. He has not gotten very many called strikes in this one. The 2-0 on the way to Brown, outside, ball 3. And now time called as the pitching coach going to head out and visit with Aiden, and at the same time, Lee Nadiger up that third baseline calls Tallum up to meet him halfway between home plate and third base. Perfect opportunity for us to tell you that coming up on Friday, we will have Orofino versus Marsing. It's a 6 o'clock contest, so we will be on the air with a 5:40 pregame show. We hope that you will tune in for that contest. And then Orofino has a doubleheader against Marsing on Saturday. Check that. It's just a single game, 10 o'clock on Saturday. Conference is over. Brown is back, and he'll take a pitch for a strike on the inside. 3-1. So Orofino versus Marsing on Friday at 6, Saturday at 10. And again, Aiden says, I'd like to have a different baseball, and our home plate umpire takes a look at it, puts it in his hip satchel, and says, that ball's fine. It'll go back out there sometime. Aiden's 3-1 delivery on the way to Brown. And that's a strike at the hands. Brown thought about tossing the bat. He's going, well, that was a ball just 2 pitches ago. How come it's not a ball or a strike this? How come it's a strike this time? Here's the next pitch, and it just misses outside. Tallum Brown told our home plate umpire, for the most part, that's a ball. He tossed the bat and started walking. I almost thought for a moment that our home plate umpire was going to ring him up. That's the second walk issued by starting pitcher Aiden Olive. Here's Cooper Poxleitner, Bulldogs with 1 aboard here in the top of the second. There's a bunt. It's fouled back into the screen. As Aiden comes inside, Poxleitner offers at it, and it's just off the handle to the right-handed hitter, and it's fouled straight back. 4-4 is the score for the Lady Maniacs and Bulldogs over at the elementary school. They're tied up in the first inning of play. Count is 0-1 to Poxleitner. He'll take a pitch for a called strike 2 as Aiden comes right knee high to the young man. So a couple of strikes against Poxleitner. This is the first time that Aiden has been able to work ahead of a Bulldog batter in today's baseball game. We're again just in the top of the second. Pitch is swung through, strike 3, and that'll do it for Poxleitner. He's the first out for the Bulldogs here in the second. Second strikeout registered by the senior right-hander Olive.
At bat number 9, Pole. On deck number 11.
One aboard here for Grangeville, and that's going to bring up the 8-hitter, Will Told. Told, he offers a bunt, and he'll foul this one behind the plate. And once again, let's see if Aiden decides to come inside, because that last pitch that Told fouled off was exactly the same as Poxleitner. They took pitches high. Let's see if Aiden comes inside this time. 0-1 to the Bulldog left fielder standing at home plate. There's a pitch just missing. It's framed nicely by Mary, but it misses for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Check of the runner by Olive, and now he'll come to the plate with the 1-1. Again, just missing off the dish for ball 2. Reese squats down behind the dish. Wants to give his guy a big target. Pitch comes in high, though, for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. 1 aboard here for Grangeville in the top of the second. 1 gone in this 1-1 baseball game. Aiden comes to the plate, swinging strike 2. Will was going to try and launch that one somewhere out into left field, lost his footing. He will probably be the first one to tell you that was not the best swing. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Aiden deals, pitches high for ball 4, and so 2 base runners on, both by walks. 1 gone here for Grangeville, and that's going to bring up the 9-hitter in today's lineup, the right fielder Troy Long. And then on deck is the leadoff hitter Thane Williams. So runners will take their leads, not being held on, and here's the first pitch on the way. Again, missing just a touch high to Troy for a ball. Working from the stretch, and now Aiden steps off the back of the rubber, and base runners will reset. At second is Brown. Told is at first. Ready to go to work is Aiden. A slider taken for a strike. That pitch is working well for Aiden right now. He's got a curveball that just tails away from the right-handed hitters. 1 ball and 1 strike. Set bell tie. Aiden comes to the plate. A curveball up high for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Runners with their leads, and here's Aiden's 2-1 pitch inside, and it taps Troy Long on his helmet. And I say that in jest because anytime you get a baseball thrown at you and you try to get out of the way and it dings you on the helmet, can't be any fun whatsoever. So a base runner now on board fills up the bags with Bulldogs. Brown is at third, Told at second, Long at first. Williams now coming back to the plate. He reached on a base on balls and scored back in the first inning of play. Aiden working from the windup now with the sacks juiced, and again he steps off the rubber, shakes his arm in his hand, wants to reset. Now he'll begin his windup. Curveball, strike 1. You bet. Thane watches a nice looking pitch, maybe starts just under the letters and ends up about belt high for strike 1. Aiden looking to go to work. Here's the 0-1. There's another nice pitch. It's that slider for a called strike, 0-2. Time called as Reese is going to head out and have a visit with his senior hurler as they meet right in front of the cutout on the mound. They have to talk about whatever it is that they need to talk about. Maybe Reese, again, this is only the second or possibly third start for Reese behind the dish. He wants to make sure he's got the signs correct that he's flashing out to Aiden. Count is 0-2, and here is the waste pitch on the way. It's high and inside for a ball. Again, that's a release point issue by Aiden. You know, that's nothing that he has in his repertoire. He knows he's not going to get anybody to swing at that. Here's the 1-2. Swinging third strike, ball is dropped, but first base is occupied, so it is another strikeout in the book for starting pitcher Aiden Olive. It's his third. 2 gone here in the frame now for the Bulldogs. J.T. Jackson will now come to the plate.
At number 7, Jackson.
So Jackson reached on an error by Jagger Tonnevold when he took a short hop off of the grass from shortstop. The big right-hander at the plate waves that bat around. Fastball missing just off of the dish, 1-0. Again, as I said, the strike zone is a little smaller than what we've seen in the past. We're midway through the season, and you know home plate umpires are going to make these kids work out on the mound. Here's the 1-0. Pitch is swung on. It's going to be hit foul back here into the crowd for strike 1. No place to put J.T. Jackson. 2 gone here in the Bulldog half of the second inning of play. Aiden Olive wants him to just sit down with a strikeout or possibly a ground ball anywhere to the infield and a force on any bag. Ball and a strike. Aiden with a long look in. Now he'll begin his windup. Curveball swung on, fouled out of play to the right. Strike 2 to JT. At third base, Brown. Told at second. Long at first. 2 away, and Jackson at the plate. He's got a 1-2 pitch coming his way. He's ready as he rocks back and forth at the plate. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on. A ground ball to the left of the second baseman. Up on it is Barlow. The toss to first is in time, and that'll do it as the Bulldogs load the bags and come away empty here in the top of the second inning of play. Jackson grounds out for the third out. When we come back, the Maniacs will come to the plate with hitters 6, 7, and 8 scheduled up are Bonner, Mary, and Zumpy after this.
If you still haven't filed this tax season, your neighborhood H&R Block is open and available. Located at 10640 Highway 12 Orofino, see Donna and her staff. Put our 70 years of tax prep expertise to work for you and get those taxes squared away at H&R Block today. Ready or not, it's tax season. Drop by H&R Block or call for an appointment, 208-476-5454. That's 208-476-5454 for H&R Block.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. Our Go the Extra Mile service means more hustle, less hassle. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included with every tire we sell. We're talking more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's why you get more from less. Book an appointment at leschwab.com.
Our game is brought to you today by Terry Bowling of Camus Financial Services and Riverside Physical Therapy. They say go Maniacs and win here on KLER Orofino. And streamed live on YouTube. Call up your friends in other states and say, listen into the Maniacs. You'll catch that game on YouTube channel KLER 1300 AM. Nick Bonner will lead things off here for Orofino. And David Goykoa is back out on the mound. The hard-throwing right-hander has given up a run on a hit. And the first pitch is a fastball strike at the knees to Nick, 0-1.
Number 18, Mary.
Here's the 0-1 on the way to Nick. Fastball swung on, a little looper out into right center field that will drop in for a base hit. Knocked down by Poxleitner, and so Nick Bonner has a single to start things off here for Orofino.
Number 18,
he waited for a Goykoa, maybe a change or curveball. Definitely did not have fastball status to it. Nick timed it up nicely and banged it out into right center field. Reese Mary, today's starting backstop for Orofino, will step in. Back foot on that chalk, move over to first base by Goykoa, and Bonner is back in on his hands. But Reese knows that he's going to need a little extra time for Goykoa's fastball, so he wants to give himself as much time as possible. Does get a fastball low and inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Working from the stretch, David with the check of the runner, and he comes to the plate, a strike at the belt to Reese, 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, Bonner will take a lead. He's held on by Brown. Inside, and it hit him. Ho, 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 ho. Reese Mary took a shot in the left hip, and that young man doesn't have a lot of meat on his bones, so that's going to leave a mark. Mary at first base, hit by pitch. That's going to push Bonner down to second base.
Number 9, Gamble.
First batter that Goicoa has hit in today's game. 2 aboard for Orofino. Tyler Zumpe, he is today's starting right fielder for the Maniacs, getting his first look at Goicoa. Inside, ho, ho, ho. I'll tell you what, Tyler says, if you're going to hit me, just do it. He doesn't even try to jackknife out of the way, and that came within a whisker of his belt. Ball 1. The 1-0. Fastball's taken for a strike, 1-1. Goicoa working very quickly as he has that right foot in front of the rubber. And the 1-1. A bit of a change, taken for strike 2. Again, not Goicoa's fastball. He can get that ball up there in a hurry. Low 80s at least. 1-2 to the Maniacs. Zumpe standing at the plate. Here's the next pitch. On the way, that's taken for a called third strike, and Tyler will sit down. The first out for the Maniacs here in the second inning of play. It's the second strikeout now for Goicoa. And here's going to bring up the 9-hitter, Hunter Gamble. Coach said he liked Hunter in this 9 spot. Here's the first pitch on the way to him. There's a bunt laid up the third base line, charging in on it. Sickles, there will be no play, and so a bunt for a single by Hunter Gamble pushes everybody up another 90 feet, and the sacks are juiced with Maniacs. What a nice job by Hunter Gamble to see the middle of that ball and placed it right up the left field or the third base line. Fair by at least 16, 18 inches, a slow roller that Sickles had no way of getting to. Now we go to the top of the order. This is Barlow. Fastball taken tight for ball 1. Corners working in on the grass. Sickles at third, Brown over at first. Here's the 1-0 on the way. High for ball 2. To Blake. Barlow reached on an error by Sickles over at third base in his very first at-bat. And then Barlow came around to tie the score up at 1 apiece. A fastball right down the heart, and Blake just could not pull the trigger. He wanted to. You saw him pull that bat back. Kind of got off that back foot just a little. 2 balls and a strike now to Barlow. And the next pitch on the way. High for ball 3. Tonnevold on deck. Again, Maniacs with 1 gone here in the bottom of the second. They have the bags loaded up in this 1-1 tie baseball game. Here's the Goicoa delivery. Swung on. Fly ball. Right field. Could spell trouble. And in foul ground. Dropping there. After a valiant effort by Long in right field to try and make a diving catch, and it just harmlessly falls away, and it's a long strike. Full count now, and now time called by our fielding umpire because they want to make sure that they get that baseball off of the field. And so he tells David Goicoa, okay, you're ready to go, son. Count is 3-2. The pitch to Barlow. Inside, got a... I'll tell you what, Blake said, I don't want any part of that fastball. He's going to draw a base on balls, and he'll pick up the RBI, scoring Nick Bonner from third base. And Orofino has their first lead of the game, 2-1. Goicoa has been living by that fastball, and he let go of that one just a touch early. Blake Barlow got a little chin music there and got out of the way of ball 4. Tonnevold hitting from the left side. First offering to him is up off of the glove of Williams down the line. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's not in time, and Orofino will score Mary from third base, and they now have a 3-1 lead. Gamble goes from second to third. Barlow from first to second. Scored as a wild pitch. So both pitchers have had issues with the release points. 1 ball and no strikes to Jaeger at home plate. Fastball swung on, hit foul and out of play to the left for strike 1. So the Maniacs have plated 2 runs here in the second inning of play. One of them earned right now, the other unearned. The 1-1. Swinging through a fastball off the dish is Jaeger for strike 2. Jaeger ready on the mound. Goikoa begins his motion. Here's the pitch. Swung on, a hard hit ball to the second baseman, gobbled up there. The toss to first is good, but scoring from third base is Hunter Gamble. And so give your Tonnevold a sacrifice as he grounds out 4-3, and he scores the Maniacs' 4th run of this baseball game. 2 away now.
At bat number 34, Naranjo.
It's going to bring Naranjo up to the dish. Barlow has moved from second to third. Orofino would love nothing more than to get another run here in this frame. Fastball swung on, a high chopper to the third baseman, underneath the glove and out into left field. A fair ball. It scores. Barlow from third base. The RBI single by Naranjo, because that was a super hard ball to try and come up. Sickles charged in on it, but the ball came down low underneath his glove, didn't have any opportunity to make a throw on it, and so Naranjo picks up an RBI single. Orofino leads it 5-1. Aiden Olive now coming to the plate for the Maniacs. Naranjo takes the lead. The pitch on the way. Aiden's going to swing at this one. Fly ball deep center field. Poxleitner going back. This one is on a hop up against the warning track. Rounding third. On his way home is Naranjo. Digging for third. Here comes the throw to the base. It's not in time. And a big RBI triple by Aiden Olive as he scores Quentin Naranjo all the way from first base. Maniacs lead it 6-1. What a heck of a hard swing by Aiden Olive, and he made center fielder Poxleitner pay as he turned and run. There was no way he was catching up with it. On one hop, that ball was into the warning track, and Aiden Olive slides into third base, scoring yet another Maniac run. Gilmore at the plate. He waves at a high fastball, strike 1. Aiden down there at third base. He shouts down to Ethan, come on, bring me home. 0-1 to Ethan. Here's the next offering. Slider outside, missing for a ball. 1-1. Ethan measures the plate. He's got his toes on that white chalk at home plate. Slider taken for strike 2. 1-2. Maniacs have batted around. Ethan is the 9th hitter to come to the plate here in the Maniac home half of the second. The 1-2 on the way outside. It skips into the glove of Williams. Does a nice job to keep that ball from coming all the way back to the backstop. And the count now runs to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the next Goikoa delivery. It's underneath the glove of Williams. Coming down the line and sliding in home safe is Aiden Olive as he scores on the wild pitch to give Orofino now a 7-1 advantage over Grangeville. Both pitchers have struggled at times with control, and Goikoa has unfortunately unleashed a couple of pitches that were nowhere near the strike zone, and the Maniacs pick up another run. Sacks are empty for Gilmore. 3-2 pitch coming his way now, and here it comes from Goikoa. Inside, ball 4. So Ethan will draw a base on balls, and we start a new frame here for Orofino as they have hit around, and that's going to bring Nick Bonner back up to the plate.
Bonner on deck number 18, Mary.
Nick singled and scored earlier in this frame. Pitch is swung on, a ground ball on one hop to the first baseman, Brown. He'll take it to the sack for the unassisted putout, and that'll do it. But the Maniacs, they plate 6 runs here in the frame and take a 7-1 advantage. The Bulldogs are coming up here in the top of the third when we return right after this.
We toss them, they're awesome. Pizza Factory.
Deciding what's for lunch or dinner today is as easy as picking up your phone and calling Orofino's top pizza house, the Pizza Factory. Get that delicious pizza pie delivered to your home or work address. Every day of the week, there's great pizza, breadsticks, and sub sandwiches just a call away. 476-5519. Takeout available too.
We toss them, they're awesome. Pizza Factory.
Happy Easter, everyone, from your friends and neighbors at Watson's Market. Hi, this is Kim, and Saturday is the big day for the children of the Clearwater Valley when you come to the Orofino City Park and the annual VFW Easter egg hunt. Children in 3 different age categories can tote their Easter baskets to the ball field beginning at noon for tasty treats and special prize eggs to be discovered. Don't forget the camera to remember this timeless event for years to come. From Watson's Market, Orofino, happy Easter.
Family Eye Care, along with Clearwater Valley Health, Orofino Health Clinic, are proud Maniac backers on KLER. I'm Jeff Jones. Thank you for tuning in. Orofino, in their half of the second inning, scores 6 runs on 4 hits, including the huge triple off of the bat of Aiden Olive. They leave 1 out on the sacks. They have a 7-1 lead over Grangeville here at the ball field at Orofino High. David Goikoa, Tayden Wasmith, and Traven Sickles. 3, 4, and 5 are scheduled up here in the top of the third inning. Aiden Olive is back out on the hill. He's got the run support behind him right now. Maybe he can loosen up a little on the bump. First pitch on the way to Goikoa is going to be swung on. This one's hit high in the air over it from first base, and running out of real estate is Gilmore as he runs into the fence, and this one just over the fence by about 4 feet or so. So 1 strike against David. Nothing and 1. David is ready at the plate, and the pitch on the way outside. 1-1. Maniacs lead this one 7-1, and let's see if Grangeville starts to offer a little bit more now as they find themselves down 6 runs. Here's the Olive pitch swung on, and this one is fouled over towards the Maniac dugout for strike 2. The Bulldogs were just down at Glens Ferry for a wooden bat tournament. Did quite well there. A ball on 2 strikes to David. High, the next offering from Aiden for ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Outfield playing straight away. Count is 2-2 to David, and here's Aiden's next pitch to him inside for ball 3, 3-2. Aiden taking a little time now. He knows his release point is not where it should be. Came way too inside on the right-handed hitter. There's a nice curve, and taking off for first base is David Goikoa as he just received ball 4. That's the 3rd walk given up by Aiden. Aiden has done such a fantastic job throughout this season, and we're going to have a courtesy runner out there for Grangeville. We'll see if we can come up with that number here real quickly, as David, one of 2 players who are offered a courtesy runner. Wasmith steps in, takes the first pitch, ball 1. The big right-hander hitting in the cleanup spot. Wasmith ready for the next pitch. And here it comes. Fastball tight for ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. Taden went down looking in his first at-bat. Curveball inside, won't break, and it's ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes to Wasmuth. Olive's pitch to him. That's taken right down the heart of the plate for strike 1. Taden Wasmuth, for a moment, he thought it was a ball. He thought our home plate umpire was going to call it a ball. He was going to pitch the bat and start running down to first base. The 3-1. Swung on, a ground ball, 2 hops to the third baseman. Here's the throw to second for 1. No relay to first. Maniacs don't want to risk the possibility of throwing the ball away, so Taden hits into a fielder's choice as Goiko goes down 5-4. 1 away now, and that's going to bring up Traven Sickles. 2 quick hops out to Quentin at third base, and he releases nicely over to second. Sickles fires away at the first pitch, fouls it back into the screen, a little behind that Olive fastball for strike 1. The young man now steps into the batter's box. Working from the stretch, Aiden goes to work. Curveball up high, 1-1. And once again, Aiden will reset as he climbs back onto the rubber. Move over to first base, and back in time is Wasmuth. From the stretch, here's the pitch on the way to Sickles. Right down the heart of the plate for a called strike. Right at the knees to Traven. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2. And now after a check of the runner, Aiden ready to go to work. Now he'll throw over to first, sweeping tag, and back just in time is Sickles. Or his base runner. Wasmuth. And now, after Aiden Olive and Quentin Naranjo have a short visit, I'm not sure what they were talking about, Aiden climbs back up onto the hill. The count to ball and 2 strikes to Sickles standing at home plate. And the pitch. That is low for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Away from first base is Wasmuth. And here's the 2-2 Olive pitch. Swung on, fly ball, hit into right field. On a dime, hit right there. Here's the throw to first. Double play! Tyler Zumpe makes 1 step to his right on the fly ball off the bat of Sickles, makes the catch, and before Wasmuth can realize what's happened, he turns around, but the ball is already into the glove of Gilmore for the double play, and that'll do it for the Bulldogs in their half of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left out there. Maniacs lead this one 7-1 with Orofino's half of the third right after this.
Looking for the perfect place to stay in Orofino? Welcome to Conkleville Motel on Michigan Avenue. You'll find spotless rooms, a complimentary breakfast, and ample parking for your boats or trailers. Take a relaxing soak in our steaming hot tub while enjoying views of the surrounding hills and Orofino Creek Canyon. For you fishermen, our indoor heated fish cleaning station is ready after reeling in your giant catch. Call 208-476-5584 or book online at ConklevilleMotel.com. Conkleville Motel, where comfort meets the great outdoors.
A new year, a new you. Ready to take the first step toward a stronger, healthier you? Peak Physical Therapy, Michigan Avenue, Orofino has you covered. Strength training can change your life, no matter your age. Whether you're 18 or 80, there's incredible value in strength training. Peak Physical Therapy and Wellness has beginner-friendly programs tailored just for you, with expert guidance from our gym manager, Kaylee. Peak Physical Therapy, your partner in building strength and confidence. Call or visit us on Michigan Avenue, Orofino.
Our game, thank you for listening in, is brought to you in part by very good friends, the Pizza Factory. And at the end of today's game, listen in for the Pizza Factory player of the game. First pitch to Tyler Zumpe, right down the heart of the plate, taken for a strike. Or this is Reese Mary, excuse me, rather. 0-1 to Reese. There's a slider taken just a touch high for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Reese with a wide stance at home plate. Here's the 1-1. Fastball swung on and hit foul off to the right out of play. 1-2 now. Reese was hit by a pitch and scored back in the last frame. Goikoa comes to the plate, curveball inside, and Reese bails out this time. He wants nothing to do with that. Again, he got plunked in the left hip area, and he doesn't want any part of that. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Reese. Here's the next pitch from Goikoa. Inside, and that hit him on the helmet. So Reese gets tagged on the helmet. That's the second batter that starting pitcher Goikoa has hit in today's baseball game, and the Maniacs have yet another base runner on board. So we'll have a courtesy runner come out for Reese. He is the Maniac catcher, and so he, of course, is one of those 2 players we were just talking about. Pitcher and catcher are allowed a courtesy runner. It's going to bring up right fielder Tyler Zumpy. Fastball swung on and hit foul back into the screen. Behind that pitch was Tyler. Again, it's somewhat difficult to catch up with that Goikoa fastball. Goikoa with a check of the runner at first, and he'll make a throw over to first, and the ball is thrown out into the warning track, and so down to second base goes Reese Mary, or at least his courtesy runner. So the pick play goes awry, and Reese Mary is at second base. And now time is called by Scotty Tonnevold as he wants to have a quick visit with our fielding umpire. And I cannot be for certain. I'm going to try and put glasses on that, but that just might be Ken Hobart. It is Kenny Hobart who is out there. But I think Coach Tonnevold might be asking him to kind of keep an eye on David as to whether or not he is going back into his glove a second time. Count is 0-1. Pitch. It's a fastball swung on, and this one's hit high in the air, but foul and out of play to the right. 0-2 to Tyler. Zumpy went down looking at a called third strike in his first at-bat. Goikoa sat just above the belt, and the 1-2 on the way. Curveball inside for ball 1. 1-2. Hunter Gamble on deck. And then we're back to the top of the order. That's where Blake Barlow is in the hole for the Maniacs. And Zumpy at the plate. Here's the next Goikoa pitch. High and away for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just a light breeze blowing here at the ballpark at Orofino. Just enough to keep the sweat off of your brow. Goikoa, the 2-2 delivery. Fastball swung on, and this one is hit foul up the first base line. Tyler was kind of hanging around there at home plate and then decided to take off when he saw Thane Williams, the catcher, run up, and he thought, maybe that ball's going to be called foul. I better get moving. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Zumpy at the plate. Here is Goikoa's pitch. Fastball called third strike, and that's the second time that Tyler has been caught looking at strike 3. First out here for the Maniacs here in the 4th inning of play. And that will bring Hunter Gamble up to the plate. And you remember what Hunter did, right? Hunter had that fantastic bunt up the third base line
on deck number 11, Barlow.
In his first at-bat. Got on board. Everybody was safe. He came around to score in that 2nd inning of play. Pitch on the way to Hunter is a fastball taken for a strike. 0-1 on the outside black. Goico, when he's got it going, he's got it going. He can paint the corners. Here's the 0-1 instead. David will step off the back of the rubber. Again, he's just constantly eyeing Mary or his base runner out at second base. 0-1 pitch. Fastball taken for a strike. And again, Hunter shows bunt, pulls it back. And so the corners will move back now. 0-2 to Hunter. There's a duck out there in scoring position for him. And the 0-2. Swung on, and this one's a little looper. It's going to drop in front of the second baseman. Up on it. Here's the throw to first. It's off of the glove of Brown. Rounding third. Now on his way home, a late break, and he will score. Having difficulties was Brown trying to locate that ball between the first base dugout and the fence there. It's like it almost got tangled up, or he got tangled up. And so Hunter will go all the way to second as he reaches on the air and scores Mary from second base, and Orofino puts up their 8th run of the ball game. It is 8-1. Barlow at the plate for Orofino. Oh, big curveball stays inside. No bite on that last pitch, ball 1. And you know Goicoa, all of a sudden things are going to start to get into his head when the errors happen on his infield, and he thinks he's got to do it all. Fastball, there's a strike at the knees to Blake for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jagger Tonnevold on deck. Orofino manufacturing runs any way that they can, and right now they've got 8 up on the scoreboard against a single run for the Bulldogs. 8-1. Pitch on the way to Blake. Fastball away for ball 2. Just a little bleeder off of Hunter's bat. Third baseman has a little difficult time handling, makes the throw to first, but it is wide. Fastball away, 3-1. It's not been the easiest transfer between Sickles at third and the receiver Brown over at first. They've had a couple of issues today. 3 balls and a strike. The pitch swung on, a ground ball to the shortstop. It's bobbled out there by Wasmith, and now there will be no throw. So Barlow will reach on the fielding error. The play pushes Gamble over to third, so the Maniacs have runners at the corners. A hot shot off of the bat of Barlow. Wasmith charged in on it on the grass, and then it just hopped right out of his glove into his chest, reached down to pick it up with his bare hand, and then he couldn't come up with it. So he decides to eat it, and runners are safe at the corners. Jagger Tonnevold now heads up the third base line. He wants to have a quick conversation with Coach. Make sure that they know exactly what they want with runners at the corners. Let's see if Orofino, with 1 gone here in the frame, elects to put the game into motion. Working from the stretch, Goicoa has the sign from Williams. Now he'll check over his left shoulder. Set at the belt. Fastball swung on and fouled up the first base line off the bat of Jagger. 0-1. I tell you what, Jagger is one of those kids who can just time up a fastball so nicely. As a matter of fact, he's just a touch ahead of that Goicoa fastball. 0-1. Runners down the baselines. Pitcher swung on and fouled out of play to the left. 0-2. So we'll get a couple of baseballs for our home plate umpire. The last ones have been fouled away. Jagger will step back in. Hands maybe 1-2 fingers up off the knob of that bat as he looks to shorten his swing and pound something into right field. Goicoa is set. Here's the 0-2. High, and here's the throw. It goes to the cutoff, and it's off of the glove of shortstop Wasmith, and sliding in home and safe as Hunter Gamble, and Orofino tags their 9th run of the game. So Jagger at home plate watches a pitch high and away. The throw from Thane Williams to the cutoff, that's Wasmuth. And Wasmuth has it sail off of his glove out into left center field. It scores the run. On the play, Barlow goes to second. And there's a called third strike, and Jaeger is going to go down looking, and I'm sure Jaeger's dad, Coach Scotty Tonneval, is not going to be happy with, number one, the performance of the young man standing at home plate, but he's not going to be happy with our home plate umpire either. That pitch looked to me, from our vantage point, a little low and outside. Quentin Naranjo with 2 away here in the Maniac third, with the base runner out there. Pitch on the way to him is above the hands for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Quentin is 1 for 2 on the day. Scored a run, picked up an RBI in the second inning. 1-0 on the way. Fastball tight for ball 2. 9-1, Orofino leads Grangeville. We're in the the third inning of play. Quentin looking for another ribby. Here's the 2-0. Pitch is going to be swung on, and this one's high and out of play to the right. Strike 1. Should he get on, Aiden Olive is on deck. Goikoa set as he works to the plate. Pitch is swung on, and this one is ground foul up the third base line for strike 2. Blake Barlow at second base. He reached on the throwing error by the shortstop, Wasmuth. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone here in the third inning of play for Orofino. Pitch is swung on, a ground ball, 1 hop to the third baseman. Sickles launches across the diamond, and this time he connects up with Brown for the third out. 2 runs for Orofino here in their half of the frame. No hits, 2 errors, and 1 is left out there. Maniacs lead at 9-1. We'll come back with the Bulldog half of the 4th after this.
Make this the year you complete those outdoor projects you've been putting off with a visit to Best Built Builder Supply. Hi, this is Harold, and that long-awaited new decking and door for your home is available today and at a great price. Save 10% off Fiberon railing when you purchase $2,000 or more in Fiberon decking. A great combination. The trusted name of Therma-Tru fiberglass entry doors are now 20% off. Your first choice and your best choice in Orofino is Best Built Builders Supply.
Life moves fast, and we get it. You're busy. P1 FCU's digital banking can change how you manage your money. Whether you're chatting with a representative after hours, depositing a check from your phone, or meeting with us face-to-face. Wherever life takes you, we got you covered. It's your money. Access it anytime, anywhere. Open your account at p1fcu.org. P1 FCU, your community, your credit union. Insured by NCUA.
P1 FCU and O-Town Mugs and Grubs, along with our good friends at Les Schwab Tire Center, all backers of the Maniacs here on 13 KLDR Orofino. I'm Jeff Jones. For those of you who are wondering where news is at, you'll find that on our sister station, 103.3 KLDR FM. Here we are, here after 3 complete innings of play. The Maniacs have put up a 9 spot on the Bulldogs. It is 9-1. For Grangeville, coming up here in the bottom of the frame, Brown, Poxleitner, and Told are scheduled up. Big right-hander steps up there and watches the first pitch sail away, ball 1. Talon Brown, the first baseman, he looks like a typical first baseman. Big body kind of kid, got a great glove. Here's the 1-0. Fastball misses low and in the dirt for ball 2. Aiden has had the pitcher's best friend working for him, a couple of double plays in this baseball game. The 1-0, that's a fastball at the knees for a strike. Talon walked in his first at-bat, got as far as third base, but was left stranded there. And that happened back in the Bulldogs' second inning. The 2-1 called strike 2. Aiden peppers his fastball up there, and it just gains a little height. Starts at about the belt and finishes halfway between the belt and the letters. Pitch is going to be swung on. Fly ball right center field. Coming in on it is Zumpy, but it'll be the second baseman, Barlow, who makes the catch for the first out. We see that in the bottom of the fourth inning. Grangeville is up on Orofino in girls softball, 12-7. So again, softball being played at the elementary school ball fields. Pox Leitner now will come to the plate with one gone for the Bulldogs. Curveball taken, strike one by Cooper. Cooper went down swinging his one and only at-bat. He saw 3 strikes from Aiden Olive, and that's all he could do is swing at the last one. Pitch is going to be swung on. Fly ball to center field. Nick Bonner, 3 steps to his left, makes the catch, and there are 2 gone. So again, the Lady Maniacs doing battle with the Grangeville Bulldogs at the elementary school ball fields. A couple of 3A powerhouses over there. Will Told now for the Bulldogs here in the fourth inning. Aiden working very quickly. Fastball missing inside as Told will shimmy out of the way of ball one. Aiden working from the right side of the rubber as we look at it here at the ballpark. The 1-0 just a little low for ball 2. And now Aiden will address the rubber, and he begins his wind. Here's the next pitch. It's high for ball 3. Aiden has struck out 3 Bulldogs. He has walked 3, and he has hit 1. He has just given up 1 run on 1 hit. The 3-0 delivery. That's a strike taken on the outside black. 3-1 now. Aiden has the sign, and he'll kick that left leg and deals the 3-1. That's a, oh my gosh, that is a ball 4. I'm not sure where our home plate umpire saw that. It looked like belt high on the inside black, but Told will draw a base on balls. That's the 4th walk issued by our starting pitcher, senior Aiden Olive. That's going to bring up the 9-hitter, Troy Long. Now stepping off the back of the rubber, Olive, and that's going to push Told back over to first base. He's held on there by Gilmore, the Maniac first baseman. Gilmore with that right foot in front of the bag. Pitch is in there taken for a strike to Long, 0-1. One more time, Ethan with that glove on his knee over at first base. Does not look as though he'll draw a throw. Here's the slider missing away for a ball. A ball and a strike to Troy. Troy Long, he was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning of play, went down to first base, but he was left there. Bulldogs had the sacks loaded, a throw over to first base, and back in on his hands as Told. A ball and a strike to the 9-hitter. And the pitch above the hands for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. Bulldogs have had plenty of opportunities. Again, we're in the top of the 4th. Maniacs up 9-1. That pitch is high. That should be ball 3. 3-1. Aiden has the sign, set belt high, and comes to the plate. Pitch is low for ball 4. So Aiden walks 2 consecutive batters with 2 gone here in the 4th inning, and now he'll have to address the leadoff hitter, Thane Williams.
At bat number 24, Williams.
5th walk given up by Aiden Olive. Again, Grangeville very, very patient at the plate, even though they find themselves down 8 runs. The score here right now, 9-1. Orofino leads Grangeville. Williams with his toes nearly on that white chalk mark just off of the plate. First pitch to him. Outside, it's off of the glove of Mary, and so base runners will take another 90 feet, as told now at third base on the wild pitch. Over at second is Long. Time called as Reese Mary is going to walk the ball out to his starting pitcher right now. The two of them will have a quick visit. That's going to give Lee Nadiger a moment to call his leadoff hitter Williams up that third baseline, and the two of them will have a quick visit. Lee Nadiger, my gosh, I remember when that young man he played ball for Grangeville back in the early 2000s. Went from playing ball to coaching. Count as a ball and no strikes to Williams. Pitch, curveball high, 2-0. And right now you can see Aiden is struggling just a touch. He's going to take a little bit more time off the rubber. Think about what's going on. Scotty Toneville pacing out in front of that third base dugout. Fastball misses inside for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. First base is open with 2 away. Here's Olive's next pitch. That is taken for ball 4. So that's going to load up the sacks with Bulldogs. Nothing going on in the Maniac dugout. They're going to try and let Aiden work out of this. It's going to bring J.T. Jackson, a very dangerous hitter, up to the plate for the Bulldogs. Reached on an air and bounced out in his 2 at-bats. Pitch on the way to J.T. Low. It's knocked down at home plate, ball 1. Nobody warming up in the bullpen, and of course, as Orofino has had to go to secondary pitcher, they've always taken somebody off of the field. The 1-0 on the way to Jackson. Swung on, a ground ball to the second baseman. Buddha, here's the throw to second, and it's good to get the force on Williams, and that will retire the side. Boy, howdy, that was a tough one for Blake Barlow to handle. It was hot off of the bat of Jackson. He's able to scoop it up just in time, however, and toss to Jagger, who covers the sack to get the force on Williams. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 left out on the sacks. Don't go away. We have more when Orofino comes to the plate in the bottom of the 4th after this.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. Our Go the Extra Mile service means more hustle, less hassle. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the road you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included with every tire we sell. We're talking more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's why you get more from less. Book an appointment at leschwab.com.
If you still haven't filed this tax season, your neighborhood H&R Block is open and available. Located at 10640 Highway 12 Orofino, see Donna and her staff. Put our 70 years of tax prep expertise to work for you and get those taxes squared away at H&R Block today. Ready or not, it's tax season. Drop by H&R Block or call for an appointment, 208-476-5454. That's 208-476-5454 for H&R Block.
Watson's Grocery, Orofino, and H&R Block are proud sponsors of the Maniacs here on 1300 KLER, as well as on YouTube channel. For those of you listening there, we're streamed at KLER 1300 AM. There's the throw down to second base as we get ready for the home half of the 4th inning. And for the Maniacs, Olive, Gilmore, and Bonner are scheduled up. Orofino, 9-1 advantage right now over Grangeville. Orofino has scored their 9 runs on just 5 hits, 3 Bulldog errors. Fastball missing away, slides away from Aiden Olive for a ball. Goikoa is back out on the hill. Aiden, his last at bat, huge triple. Another slider. This one is taken for a strike. David's got a lot of movement on that curveball, and plus he can get it up there with some pace. The 1-1. Fastball outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike to the Maniac pitcher. I don't know if Aiden will come back out onto the hill when we go to the 6th or not. Fastball is low. 3-1. Again, Aiden has just given up the 1 run on 1 hit, but he has put quite a few 6 base runners on via the walk. Here's the 3-1 up high, ball 4. So Aiden will draw a base on balls. That is the first base on balls issued by Goikoa.
At bat number 7
against
Gilmore. On deck number 3,
4 strikeouts. He has hit 2 batters. And here comes big hitting Ethan Gilmore. Aiden will take a short lead over at first. Brown will hold him on. High, here's the throw down to first, and back standing up as the slap tag is applied by Brown. Aiden back. And again, Aiden with a short lead, nothing more than a safety lead. Gilmore, 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch on the way is high for ball 2. So right now, David Goikoa is just dividing his time between the hitter and the base runner, as it looks as though he is actually directing Williams as to whether or not he's going to have something for him to throw down to first base. Next pitch is high. All 3 pitches to Ethan have been upstairs. Scotty Tonnerville with the sign that says, just let this next pitch go by. Take a look at one. Make him waste a pitch. The 3-0. That's a fastball taken for a strike on the inside half of the plate. 3-1. Gilmore looking for his first hit on the day. 3-1, swung on and fouled back into the screen. Had it timed up nicely and just got underneath. 3-2. Ethan will step back in, measures the outside, then the inside half of the plate. Cocks that bat over his right shoulder. The 3-2 swung on. This one's going to be hit foul over the top of the screen or into the screen at the very top of it. So Ethan will stay alive for another pitch. Over at first base, Olive. Nobody gone here in the Maniac half of the 4th inning. High, ball 4. So Ethan draws a base on balls. That pushes Aiden down to second base. Second consecutive walk given up by the Bulldog starter, David Goikoa. He is their ace. And that is going to draw Lee Nadiger out. And it looks as though we may have a pitching change. We will, as Goikoa hands the ball off to the Bulldog head coach. We're going to take a break. We'll tell you what the changes are when we return after this.
Looking for the perfect place to stay in Orofino? Welcome to Conkleville Motel on Michigan Avenue. You'll find spotless rooms, a complimentary breakfast, and ample parking for your boats or trailers. Take a relaxing soak in our steaming hot tub while enjoying views of the surrounding hills and Orofino Creek Canyon. For you fishermen, our indoor heated fish cleaning station is ready after reeling in your giant catch. Call 208-476-5584 or book online at ConklevilleMotel.com. Conkleville Motel, where comfort meets the great outdoors.
You've decided that those aching muscles, sore joints, and overall ill feeling has finally got to stop. Make today the day you start by visiting Peak Physical Therapy on Michigan Avenue, Orofino. Ask about visiting with one of our many qualified physical therapists about your issues and get onto the path of well-being. The goal of PT is to determine the root cause of your symptoms and move you forward to what you love. Peak Physical Therapy. Visit today and get healthy tomorrow.
And we welcome you back. We have a pitching change as Talon Brown, the Bulldog first baseman, will now take over on the bump as he takes his warm-up tosses right now. Again, a right-hander, the young man wearing 6. David has gone over to third base, and Traven Sickles is now over at first. That looks as though all the changes, we didn't see anybody come in out of the dugout, and so that looks to be all the changes that there are. And we'll double check it as we move along here. But again, the Maniacs right now enjoy a 9-1 advantage over the Grangeville Bulldogs. And so Nick Bonner will be the first batter that Brown will face. The book not closed, of course, on Goicoa, as there are 2 base runners out there, yet his responsibility. But right now he has given up 9 runs on 5 hits, excuse me. Bonner at the plate. Brown fires the first pitch, swung through, strike 1. So again, now the Maniacs are going to have to get used to a different delivery. A lot of movement on that very first pitch by Brown. Here's the 0-1 on the way to Nick. Inside, it skips away from the glove of Williams, and base runners move up to second and third, respectively. At third is Olive. Gilmore goes to second, and that'll be placed in your book as a wild pitch, as that one was in the dirt for ball 1. Ball and a strike to Bonner. Nick looking to bring a couple of runs home. Here's the pitch. Swung on, chopped hard up the third base line, but foul. Bit of a change, or a slow curve that came inside. Nick pulled the trigger and just bounced it foul up that third base line for strike 2. A ball and 2 strikes. Brown begins his wind, kicks that left leg, comes with the curveball, called third strike. Wow. 1 away here. Brown will pick up his first strikeout against the first batter that he sees.
Number 23,
1 away here in the Maniac 4th. This is Reese Mary. He'll take a first pitch fastball low and away for a ball. Olive is at third, Gilmore at second. The pitch on the way to Reese. Curveball misses a little low for ball 2. 2-0. Mary is looking for his first hit on the day. He has been hit twice, been plunked twice, and scored twice. Pitch is swung on. It's going to be popped up behind first base. There is Sickles. He will make the catch, and there are 2 gone now. Reese just threw his hands out there, got underneath another one of those slow curveballs, and popped it straight up to the right side of the infield. Easy play for Sickles. Zimpley, this young man, looking for something. He has gone down twice looking, both those times against Goicoa. He'll see if he's got any better luck with Brown. He'll pop this one up, going back second baseman Jackson, and stubs his toe momentarily, but makes the catch to retire the sides. Maniacs put 2 runs on, but failed to score here in the 4th. Our score remains Orofino 9, Grangeville 1. We return right after this.
Today you have numerous options when selecting your IRA, and deciding which account is right for you is one of the most important decisions you will make for your financial future. Hi, this is Terry Bowling with Camus Financial Services. Give me a call to find out which IRA fits your financial needs or to update your current IRA savings strategy. You can reach me, Terry Bowling, at 476-7100 or stop by my office at 230 Johnson Avenue in Orofino to set up a free, no-obligation appointment today. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Hi, this is Terry Bowling with Camus Financial Services. I am available to help you select the right investment options when you are faced with early retirement, changing or losing a job, or any other lifestyle changes that warrant a review of your financial plan. You can reach me, Terry Bowling, at 476-7100 or stop by my office at 230 Johnson Avenue, Orofino, to set up a free, no-obligation appointment today. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
The Pizza Factory, Watson's Grocery, Orofino, and H&R Block are backers of Maniac Baseball on KLER Orofino. Hello, friends. I'm Jeff Jones. Thanks for tuning in. Our score after 4 complete innings of play, the Maniacs on top of the Bulldogs in the Central Idaho League encounter, 9-1. And back out on the hill is Aiden Olive as he continues his warm-up tosses. He's going to be facing hitters 3, 4, and 5, and scheduled up are Goicoa, Wasmith, and Sickles. and you take a look at these three batters and what they have done so far in this game. Goikoa has been on twice. He had an RBI single his first at bat, but that's about it. So Goikoa ready at home plate, and Aiden will work from the windup, and the first pitch is going to be swung on. This one's going to be sprayed out to right field, and there to make the catch, Tyler Zumpy. Zumpy right there a couple of steps, and he was in on a double play earlier when a line drive ball was hit into his glove and threw back to first base to double up Taden Wasmith, and that was back in the third. Here is Taden Wasmith, and Aiden's pitch to him swung through, strike one. Oh, Taden says, oh, I shouldn't have swung at that. He was way out ahead, maybe a changeup, strike one. And now Aiden says, may I please have a different baseball? Aiden has got an exchange of a baseball at least 6 times to my knowledge in this game. Here's the 0-1 on the way. Curveball inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, a pitcher looking for anything on that baseball, some kind of a nick maybe or something that he can possibly get a little bit more spin on it. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, fly ball, foul side of first, giving chase. Gilmore to the fence, and this one will safely drop out of play for strike 2. And Wasmith gets another pitch in this at-bat. Aiden adjusts his shirt sleeve. He's up on the rubber, and he begins his windup. The senior right-hander's 1-2 pitch swung on, and this one's fouled out of the glove of Mary at home plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Orofino will take on non-league opponents this weekend. Here's the 1-2, low for ball 2. Orofino always happy to entertain Marsing. The Huskies will be here Friday for a 6 o'clock contest, then Saturday for a 10 o'clock contest. We'll be on the air 20 minutes prior to each of those contests. We hope that you'll listen in. Here's the 2-2. Oh, a good-looking slider. What happened there? Ball 3. That had a lot of movement on it. Started right over the middle of the plate and then broke away. The count 3-2 to Aiden, or to Taden Wasmith at the plate. There's a called third strike right down the heart of the plate. Taden knew it as well. You could see the air go out of his shoulders. That is the second time he has gone down looking at strike 3.
Sickles on deck number 6, Brown.
4 Ks in the book for starting pitcher Aiden Olive. And here is Traven Sickles. Sickles was the third baseman, now has moved over to first after the pitching change. Swings through a fastball to Sickles for strike 1. The big right-hander for the Bulldogs steps in. He's ready. And Aiden goes to work out on the hill. This pitch is over the head of Sickles for ball 1. On deck batter, that's Talon Brown. He's going to corral up that ball behind home plate. Get it to our home plate umpire as we get ready to resume play. 2 gone here for the Bulldogs. There's nobody out on the sacks. We are on the top of the 5th inning. 9-1 Orofino. Pitch is swung on. The 1-1 popped up. This could spell trouble. Shortstop Tonnevold out there in the grass in left field to make the catch, and that'll retire the side as the Bulldogs go down in order. Don't go away, because when we come back, it'll be the bottom of the 5th. The Maniacs looking to put this one away, up 9-1. We're going to be looking at hitters 9, 1, and 2. Scheduled up are Gamble, Barlow, and Tonnevold after this.
At Watson's Market in Orofino, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighbor. Hi, this is Mary. Shop with us for the best prices and the freshest, highest quality fruits, vegetables, and meats. Every purchase supports our commitment to this great community. We proudly donate to local food banks, sponsor Little League sports, and are active in community-wide events. Come on down to Watson's Market, where shopping local means giving back. See you soon.
O-Town Mugs and Grubs, your home for Maniac Pride. O-Town Mugs and Grubs is your go-to spot for great food and game day excitement. Every Monday, wear your Maniac gear and score 20% off your meal. Catch the Maniacs on the big screen and bring the whole family. Everyone's welcome. Enjoy our fresh 25-item salad bar, a menu full of delicious favorites, including mouth-watering bone-in or boneless wings. Support your team, enjoy great food, and celebrate Maniac Pride at O-Town Mugs and Grubs.
This Maniac broadcast brought to you by Peak Physical Therapy and Best Built Builder Supply. We're through 4.5 innings of play. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Orofino up 9-1. And you take a look at the hitters coming up, Gamble, Barlow, and Tonville. Sounds like hits to start the frame off. Orofino would love nothing more than to shorten this game by a run rule victory over their big-time league foe, Grangeville. Hunter Gamble wearing 9 on his back. Hunter has been on twice, once with a single, once by the air. He has scored both times in that 9 spot. Hunter's going to bounce this one into the ground right in front of the mound. Brown's got it. He'll make the easy toss. 1 pitch, 1 gone. Gamble goes down for the first out for Orofino here in the inning. We go to the top of the order, Blake Barlow.
At bat, number 11.
Blake in that leadoff spot. Normally you can always count on this young man for at least 1, sometimes 2, 3 hits in a game. He's looking for his first hit. He's been on all 3 at-bats. Twice by air. Once he walked. This one's going to be hit out in front of the plate. Up on it is the catcher Williams, and the toss is good over to first base. It took Sickles off the sack, but he had his toe on it to complete the 2-3 put out, and just like that, the Maniacs are 2 pitches, 2 outs. So right now, Talon Brown has got it going. Jagger Tonville, high and away, the first pitch to him, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Jagger. Jagger looking to start a 2-out hit parade here. Pitch is high for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. The big right-hander, Brown, digs into the glove. Here's the 2-0 delivery, high and away for ball 3. Jagger knows that even a base on balls looks just as good as a single on paper. You're on base, and that's what you want to be. Here's the 3-0 delivery on the way. That is a strike taken on the outside black. 3-1. Brown working from the windup. Kick of that left leg. Pitch is swung on and fouled back into the screen. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Jagger's ready at the plate. And Brown is ready to deal. The pitch. High for ball 4. So Jagger draws a base on balls to try and get things going here for the Maniacs here in the 6th inning. They have had a base runner on every single inning. We are in the 5th, and for Orofino, Quentin Naranjo now to the plate. He has put a couple of charges into the baseball this season, including back in the 2nd, had a big old RBI single. High, the first offering to Quentin for ball 1. Quentin steps in, opens his stance up that third base line, looking to rip something in the hole. Here's the 1-0 on the way. Hits one hard, deep left field. This one is sailing back. It is gone! A 2-run shot off off the bat of Quentin Naranjo. And the Maniacs win it here in the bottom of the fifth on a huge shot off of Quentin, and the Maniacs defeat the Bulldogs by the final score of 11-1. Holy Toledo! As Quentin comes to home plate and he slams that right foot down and says, I'm going to put an exclamation mark on this game against Grangeville, and I am going to show you exactly how good we are. A 2-run dinger from Quentin Naranjo wins it for the Maniacs by the 10-run victory, 11-1. My gosh, I'll tell you what, the entire team came out to home plate awaiting him as he stomped that foot down on the dish, and everybody says that's the way to win a ball game. The Maniacs climb to 4-0 in league play. The Bulldogs drop to 4-1, and with that victory, Orofino claims the top spot over the Bulldogs. Don't go away. We will come back right after this.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the beautiful Clearwater Valley? Trust the experts at Real Estaters on Michigan Avenue in Orofino. Our professional agents know the area inside and out, helping you find the perfect home or the right buyer. Speak with broker Keith Nichols today at 208-476-3134 or visit us online at buyorsellidaho.com. Whether it's a spacious country retreat or a cozy home in town, we're here to make your real estate dreams a reality. The Real Estaters, Orofino's trusted real estate professionals.
When it comes to your health care, getting placed on a long waiting list to see a provider can be frustrating. That's why at Peak Physical Therapy, we recognize that when you're in pain, you want help now. At Peak Physical Therapy, there is no waiting. Priding ourselves on offering same-day, next-day appointments, you can rest assured you'll be seen within 24 hours. If you're in pain and need help, don't wait. Call Peak Physical Therapy. Call today, 476-9365.
At Watson's Market in Orofino, we're dedicated to helping our senior citizens shop smart and save. Hi, this is Mary, and every Thursday is Senior Discount Day. Receive 10% off all your groceries as our way of saying thank you for supporting our community over the years. It's more than just a discount. It's Watson's Market's way of giving back to those who have given so much. Come shop with us this Thursday and every Thursday. Watson's Market, where caring for our neighbors is always in season.
With a P1FCU Ascend checking account, you get more than great dividends. Imagine having an entire branch in your pocket. Who needs a checkbook when you have a digital wallet? The only thing I check these days are my dividends.
Access your account anytime, anywhere. Simplify your life and start earning more with Ascend Checking. Get yours today at p1fcu.org/ascend. P1FCU, your community, your credit union. Insured by NCUA.
You've decided that those aching muscles, sore joints, and overall ill feeling has finally got to stop. Make today the day you start by visiting Peak Physical Therapy on Michigan Avenue, Orofino. Ask about visiting with one of our many qualified physical therapists about your issues and get onto the path of well-being. The goal of PT is to determine the root cause of your symptoms and move you forward to what you love. Peak Physical Therapy. Visit today and get healthy tomorrow.
Looking for the perfect place to stay in Orofino? Welcome to Conkleville Motel on Michigan Avenue. You'll find spotless rooms, a complimentary breakfast, and ample parking for your boats or trailers. Take a relaxing soak in our steaming hot tub while enjoying views of the surrounding hills and Orofino Creek Canyon. For you fishermen, our indoor heated fish cleaning station is ready after reeling in your giant catch. Call 208-476-5584 or book online at ConkleVilleMotel.com. Conkleville Motel, where comfort meets the great outdoors.
We are back here at the ballpark at Orofino. The Maniacs defeat the Bulldogs here in the Central Idaho League contest, 11-1. A two-run shot off the bat of Quentin Naranjo to win this thing here in the fifth inning of play. With us right now, head coach Scotty Tonnevold of the Maniacs. Coach, congratulations on your victory here today.
Yeah, thank you. The guys went out and earned that.
You know, we talked about this last week, and I know you said, you know, this is like any other game. You go out there and you compete, you do everything right, and good things will come. But I said, you know, but it's Grangeville. You got to love to beat Grangeville. A little smile on your face here.
Well, anytime you can beat a rival opponent in your league that's, you know, they're probably ranked in the top 5 to 8 in the state, I'm sure, in the 3A division. So it's pretty special when you can come to your own yard and start off a little bit slow on the mound and get the bases loaded, give up a run in the top of the first and answer back, and then walk this thing off with Quentin Nerano's 2-run shot.
It's fun to be a part of those, right? I mean, you got to admit that those things put a smile on your face.
So they do. That was a pretty special moment. That's the first time I've seen a Maniac hit a ball out of this yard. The last one I can remember was Hayden Wilson, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And that had to have been around 08. I don't recall. But at the end of the day, it's the first time I've seen a guy barrel the ball out of this yard on the Maniac side, and I'm pretty excited for that young man. And they're down there looking for that baseball, and I hope they find it for him.
That'd be fantastic, yeah. So right over the left field fence, 315. It had to go at least another 10 feet, maybe 15 after that.
Yeah, he probably hit that ball 330. Yeah. And he barreled it. He made an adjustment. First two guys come up, one pitch, roll over, one pitch, roll over. Jager does a great job getting on base and made an adjustment. Q gets in there, sees a pitch, and then they lay one in there, and he's on time and did everything he needs to do to stay behind the ball and drive.
A couple of things I want to talk to you about. You just mentioned Aiden, maybe a bit of a slow start. He does finish with 4 strikeouts, but 6 walks. Typically not Aiden.
Yeah, he came in and just said the zone's a little bit tighter than he's used to, which is fine. And I said, good, it's tight on both sides, and we'll both go compete, and both your guys' numbers are going to get up there a little quicker than we'd like. But at the end of the day, we're not going to change our game plan of, hunting locations, commanding the zone based on where that umpire's zone is. We're just going to go out and compete and see what happens.
All right. I have to ask you about this, the called third strike on Jager. From my vantage point here, low and away, what did you see?
Well, I don't have that angle. I'm at third base, but I take the feedback from these guys, and we talk about it a lot. They know that the plate's 17 inches, and we're going to give 2.5 each side for the ball. But at the end of the day, when my guy comes back and looks at me and smiles, I know what that ball truly was. So not for me to argue balls and strikes. At the end of the day, we just got to find a way to compete and put that ball in play. And the best part about it is he's smiling, running back out to shortstop because he has a job to do.
Yeah.
And that's good on him.
Aiden's counterpoint, David Goyko, comes out and he just throws. He's got a lot of movement to his pitches. Your boys, they come into the dugout, they say, what? It's nothing they've seen before, or it's just something that they have to adjust to, what?
No, David's a great pitcher, and he's probably one of the best around this area. And, we prepare for guys like this. We set our machines on curveball settings, right-handed guys that we think we're going to see and try and mimic their pitch and their spin rate. And I think we've done a good job with that. Like that ball Jager put in play with 2 strikes was a hard ground ball to second, scores a run. That's his off-speed pitch. And David throws a really, really great curveball and does a good job of managing it and controlling it. So we have to be ready for that, sit fastball, adjust off speed, and be able to make that adjustment. And I thought we did a pretty good job of that today.
You turned 2, almost 3 double plays today.
You know what? The one I can think of is the outfield to Zumpy back to first. That's the one I can come up with in my mind. And I think there was another one. Boy, I can't remember if it was to center field, Bonner to catcher, I think.
Yeah, Sickles lines out to Zumpy and then throws back to double up. That was back in the third, yeah. And there was, the other one was back in the first inning. Fly ball to center field, and then
that was Bonner to Mary.
Yeah, and then Mary gunned him down at home.
Yeah, pretty awesome. Yeah, I thought we did a pretty good job out there defensively today. And first inning, we had a really rough hop there at shortstop. That infield's still a little bit choppy, and it's tough to field balls off that grass. If we can get them to the dirt, we're pretty good, but there's definitely some balls that bounce erratically, which is tough for our guys. But hey, it's a game of baseball, and you just roll with it.
Okay, so you're going to be facing off this weekend with one of 2 teams that beat you last year. You only had 2 losses last year, and one of them was to the Marsing Huskies.
Yeah, no, excited for that. We're always looking for the best competition we can find to prepare our guys down the stretch for, the opportunity to go compete at districts and hopefully get that opportunity to go with the Super Regional this year. And Marsing is a great program, and I'm looking forward to seeing them on our field this weekend.
All right, Coach, look forward to having you come up and visit with us after Marsing, as we're always looking forward for another Maniac victory here. Congratulations on your 12th win of the season.
Yeah, well, thank you, and thank you for being here, Jeff. We really appreciate you broadcasting, because I know there's a lot of folks out there that listen to you on YouTube, and grateful for what you do.
That's Scotty Tonnevold, head coach of the Maniacs. More of the Real Estaters postgame show after this.
If you still haven't filed this tax season, your neighborhood H&R Block is open and available. Located at 10640 Highway 12 Orofino, see Donna and her staff. Put our 70 years of tax prep expertise to work for you and get those taxes squared away at H&R Block today. Ready or not, it's tax season. Drop by H&R Block or call for an appointment. 208-476-5454. That's 208-476-5454 for H&R Block.
Riverside Physical Therapy is thrilled to welcome Cooper Thomas, BS in Health and Human Services and Doctor of Physical Therapy, to our team. Whether you prefer in-person visits at our clinic located on Highway 12 Orofino or the convenience of virtual sessions over Zoom, Cooper is here to help you on your journey to better health. For more information on all the services offered by Cooper and Riverside Physical Therapy, stop by the clinic or call Riverside Physical Therapy, where your health is our priority.
For your family car, shop truck, motorcycle, or ATV, you need a ride you can rely on. At Hanson Garage, our ASE certified mechanics and bike professionals are here to keep you moving. From minor fixes to major repairs, plus air, oil, and filter replacements, we do it all fast and right. Whether it's foreign or domestic, trust your vehicle's maintenance to Hanson Garage. Call today and schedule your service and drive with confidence. Hanson Garage, keeping your wheels rolling smoothly.
Orofino to Craigmont, Cottonwood to Elk River. Listeners everywhere are tuning in for Doc Talks. Stay tuned and take care of your health with Doc Talks, heard every Thursday at 12:20 in the afternoon and 5:20 in the evening on KLER AM and FM. Expert health advice you can trust. These dedicated providers bring you evidence-based insights on the latest health topics, keeping you and your family informed. Doc Talks, your go-to source for reliable medical information. Brought to you by Clearwater Valley Health and Orofino Health Clinic, because your health matters.
Back here at the ballpark as junior varsity clubs getting out onto the field, ready to play this second game between Orofino and Grangeville. The Maniacs score 11 runs in this victory on 6 hits, 3 errors. They left 5 out on the sacks. The Bulldogs 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and they had left 6 out on the base pass. The winning pitcher of this one here, Aiden Olive for the Maniacs, taking the loss, David Goikoa of the Bulldogs. Here's what Maniac lineup looked like today. Blake Barlow, he went 0 for 3, but did come up with 3 runs scored and an RBI. Jagger Tonnevold, 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Quentin Naranjo, he had 4 runs in today's baseball game, including that 2-run home run to walk it off here for the Maniacs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Aiden Olive, 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored and RBI. Ethan Gilmore, 0 for 1 on the afternoon. Nick Bonner was 1 for 3 with a run scored. Reese Mary today, 0 for 1 with 2 runs scored. The young man got plunked twice, and he made the Bulldogs pay for it as he scored both times he got on base. Tyler Zumpy, 0 for 3, struck out twice looking and then grounded out. And so you know that's something that Tyler normally does not have happen. It's very, very seldom do you see that young man going down looking at a called third strike. And then Hunter Gamble in that 9th spot for Orofino. He goes 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored. Now that you have all that information, one last piece of business. That is our Pizza Factory Player of the Game. Don't go away. We'll come back as the Real Estaters postgame show continues after this.
There's more to color than meets the eye. Get inspired with thousands of beautiful color schemes at Best Built Builder Supply. Hi, this is Harold Curley. Color can reflect a mood or capture an experience. Do It Best Paints can help you do it all. Visit us today on Highway 12.
Today you have numerous options when selecting your IRA, and deciding which account is right for you is one of the most important decisions you will make for your financial future. Hi, this is Terry Bowling with Camus Financial Services. Give me a call to find out which IRA fits your financial needs or to update your current IRA savings strategy. You can reach me, Terry Bowling, at 476-7100 or stop by my office at 230 Johnson Avenue in Orofino to set up a free, no-obligation appointment today. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Hi, this is Terry Bowling with Camus Financial Services. I am available to help you select the right investment options when you are faced with early retirement, changing or losing a job, or any other lifestyle changes that warrant a review of your financial plan. You can reach me, Terry Bowling, at 476-7100 or stop by my office at 230 Johnson Avenue, Orofino to set up a free, no-obligation appointment today. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
Color makes the room, and do it best at Best Built Builder Supply has the advice and inspiration to color any room your way. Now priced at $20.49 a quart, one coat coverage saves you money and time. Do It Best Paints, found at Best Built Builder Supply.
We toss them, they're awesome. Pizza Factory.
It's back, fresher and hotter. The Pizza Factory reintroduces the all-you-can-eat buffet. Lunchtime in Orofino means all-you-can-eat pizza, breadsticks, sauce, and a delicious salad bar, packed with fresh greens, fruits, proteins, and dressings. The Pizza Factory all-you-can-eat buffet is Monday through Friday, 11 to 2. Make the all-you-can-eat buffet your next lunchtime stop.
We toss them, they're awesome. Pizza Factory.
And we are back once again. It is the Real Estaters postgame show. Hello, everyone. I'm Jeff Jones. It's time for the Pizza Factory Player of the Game. And, of course, just about everybody in the ballpark here knows it. Everybody at home knows it. The player of the game today, the guy who walks it off for the Maniacs, Quentin Naranjo. He has a big 2-run shot to end this thing in the bottom of the 5th to give Orofino the 10-run rule victory over the Bulldogs, 11-1 the final score here. Quentin, he goes 2 for 4 on the day. His first at-bat, he hit into a fielder's choice, but it was his second at-bat where he comes up with an RBI single and scored in the second. And then, of course, the walk-off home run. He scores 4 of his club's 10 or 11 runs here. Quentin Naranjo receives our Pizza Factory Player of the Game. Our next broadcast for Orofino coming up on Friday. We have a 6 o'clock matchup with the Marsing Huskies. That means we'll be on the air with a 5:40 pregame. We hope that you'll join in for that. And if not, make sure that you're here for Saturday's matchup with Marsing. It's a 10 o'clock contest on the air with the 9:40 pregame. I want to thank head coach Scotty Tonnevold for coming up and delivering his postgame remarks. I want to thank our in-studio engineer Phil Lamont for all of his hard work. Again, the final score here, 11-1, Orofino defeats Grangeville. I'm Jeff Jones. Thank you all for listening. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening in today to another Orofino High School Athletics presentation of Maniacs Baseball on KLER. Today's coverage of the Maniacs has been made possible by the many community backers of Orofino High School and their athletics program. Please make sure to stop and tell them how much you appreciate their backing of these broadcasts to Hometown Radio 1300. Orofino High School Baseball, a Central Idaho broadcasting sports presentation on KLER.